Morgan receives her official LAPD badge and happily snaps selfies with it in the bathroom, until Mia, a sobbing mom, enters crying. Mia is joined by her dad, and they explain the situation to the other detectives, too. Her ex was supposed to drop off their young daughters, but he's ghosting her. They have been sharing custody of their daughters. Her ex had become obsessed with environmentalism and wanted Mia and the kids to live off-grid. But Mia runs an online business, so she moved back in with her parents. Her dad doesn't like her ex and calls him a fanatic. Morgan is determined to help the desperate mother. Captain Selena says they'll issue a bolo for her ex's car, check if he booked tickets out of the country, authorization to search her ex's, and an Amber Alert after the required 24 hours. Child Protective Services deemed him unstable. The ex's nice remote cottage has solar panels and a compost bin. The pink stuffed bunny is lying in the yard, and Morgan recalls seeing it in professional photos with the kids. It's probably a favorite toy and wouldn't have left it behind unless something happened. Morgan and Adam look around the house, which shows signs that the father loved his two daughters. Morgan discovers a survivalist handbook of the missing girls with a photo of an elderly couple at a balcony in it. In the large, well-maintained greenhouse, Morgan notices one big gardening no-no. Cucumbers and tomatoes are planted next to each other. The tomatoes haven't even rooted, so they find the corpse of Mia's ex underneath the tomatoes. He was killed by a blow to the back of his head within the last 12 hours. Asking around, he was last seen yesterday at a cafe arguing with a woman with long red hair. Mia's dad is a rich hotel magnate, so they can't rule out kidnapping for ransom. Dad's maid tells Morgan that Mia's ex was a great guy and a good dad. The last time she saw him, he was coming out of Mia's dad's office last weekend. So Morgan reads Child Protective Services report and finds it fabricated. So they visit the social worker who wrote it and see that his long red hair and went on a holiday to Kauai recently. The social worker confesses that Mia's dad paid for the vacation in return for the negative report, and Mia's ex confronted her about it. He said that Mia's dad needs to be exposed. He had evidence that John bribed lots of people, and it was time to stop John from destroying the planet. After their argument, the social worker told Mia's dad that Mia's ex was planning to do. Mia's dad is arrested, and they interrogate his wife and the chauffeur. The chauffeur first confirms his boss's alibi, but then has to admit that he doesn't know where Mia's dad was last night. Morgan finds the printer that made the photo of the elderly couple in Mia's dad's office, because it has similar pink streaks. The man in the photo turns out to be a San Mateo judge who allowed John to build a hotel in a protected area. A bag in the photo indicates that it was at one of Mia's dad's resorts. They also find out that Mia's dad texted "must speak," urgent, to a prepaid phone. The hotel magnate finally confesses he asked his personal fixer to keep Mia's ex quiet. The police arrest him but still can't find the two girls. He says he got to the remote cottage but left when he saw Mia with her ex in an argument. This goes against Mia's claim that she didn't see her ex the day he died. They find tire tracks of Mia's car at the remote cottage, and that she withdrew $100,000 this morning. Morgan gets upset when the other detectives consider Mia a suspect now. Morgan insists that Mia is terrified mom and not a murderer. Morgan admits she hasn't slept in 27 hours. Watching the news about the two missing girls on TV, Morgan notices a Buddha statue in a photo that wasn't there when she visited. She realizes it was switched. She catches Mia at an antique store trying to sell a real Meng vase, which she also switched. Mia explains she was extorted in a ransom call for $200,000, but only could withdraw $100,000 from the bank. She's selling the vase to pay the rest. Morgan questions Mia about her visit to her ex on the day he died. Mia says she begged him not to report her father, but he refused. At midnight, Karadek follows Mia, who follows the kidnapper's instructions to an auditorium. Karadek shoots at the kidnapper, who flees in his car. With a tracker in the bag with money, they find the guy's car in flames. The girls aren't in the trunk. Morgan inspects the burned car and discovers the driver was into sports betting. She pieces the clues together and realizes the kidnapper is Mia's dad's chauffeur. Morgan recalls the driver parking his car where he could see into Mia's bedroom. He was infatuated with Mia. After not making the sports betting, he decided to kidnap her kids for ransom. We'd have to be rich to date Mia, and picked an evil way to do it. He must have gotten into a fight with Mia's ex before kidnapping the girls. Curtis admits to the murder and kidnapping but says he doesn't know where the girls are. But he reveals he took them to the mountains, but they ran off. With a large search rescue operation and traces of the survivalist book, they can find the two girls alive and well.